After their son died, Shiloh quit every habit Manuel hated. No more blowing up his phone, no more crying when he stayed out all night, no more scenes. Even after a car crash, when the doctor told her to call family, she only said, "I'm an orphan. I don't have anyone." After their son died, Shiloh Schaffer quit every habit Manuel Preston hated. She stopped blowing up his phone. When he stayed out all night, she didn't cry or pick a fight. After a car accident, the doctor told her to call her family. "I'm an orphan," she said. "I don't have anyone." The nurse looked closer. "You're Mrs. Preston, right? Mr. Preston's upstairs. Want me to get him?" That was when Shiloh realized she was in a Preston hospital. She shook her head. "No thanks." Half an hour later, Manuel came downstairs anyway. His cold stare landed on her, heavy enough to choke the room. "Why didn't you call me after the accident?" Shiloh looked down. "It's just a broken leg. Nothing serious." Her casual tone got under his skin. He remembered how soft she used to be. Back when they were dating, even a small cold had her curled in his arms, asking for comfort, kisses, and cuddles. Now her leg was broken, and she didn't even flinch. Before Manuel could speak, the nurses outside started whispering. "Mr. Preston spoils Ms. Duffy like crazy. She only scraped her knee on set, and he freaked out. Brought in a whole specialist team and stayed with her the entire time. He carried her everywhere too. Wouldn't even let her feet touch the floor." His chest tightened. Anger flashed across Manuel's face, but he still looked at Shiloh, waiting for her to get jealous, to lose it. She didn't even glance up. She lay quietly in the hospital bed. His mood sank lower. "Don't listen to them," he said. "Rainey hurt her knee while filming. I just happened to bring her in." That was it. Manuel's temper snapped. "You don't believe me?" "I do." Shiloh answered every question, but there was no emotion in her voice. "Rainey's your adopted sister. You grew up together. Of course you care about her." Before, Manuel would shut her down with that cold look. "Rainey's my sister. I can't just ignore her. She's family. Can you stop making a scene?" Now Shiloh was doing exactly what he wanted. No tears, no fights. He should have been happy. Instead, his chest felt too heavy. "Something's wrong. None of this feels right." A nurse pushed open the door. "Mr. Preston, Ms. Duffy says her knee hurts. She wants you upstairs." Already on edge, Manuel snapped. "Then she should see a doctor. I'm not one. Why are you calling me?" The nurse rushed out. Manuel looked at Shiloh, guilt in his eyes. "Are you still mad about our son?" Rainey was wrong. I already chewed her out. He hesitated, then sat beside her bed. "We can have another baby." He took her hand. "I'll stay with you this week." Shiloh quietly pulled away. Manuel frowned, ready to snap, when something crashed outside the door. Rainey Duffy had fallen in the hallway, struggling with her crutches. Manuel rushed over and lifted her into his arms. "Why are you out here again? Didn't I tell you to stay in bed?" "I heard Shiloh got in a car accident." Rainey looked pathetic. "I came to check on her." Then she pressed closer to Manuel, like Shiloh scared her. Her voice shook as she looked at Shiloh. "Shiloh, please don't be mad at me. I never meant for Zach to die." Before, Shiloh would have broken down. She would have screamed through tears, demanding to know why Manuel kept protecting the woman who got their son killed. Now, she said nothing. She lay there with her eyes closed, like she was asleep. Her face was pale. She looked painfully thin. From the doorway, she seemed painfully fragile. A dull ache settled in Manuel's chest. "I'll take Rainey upstairs first," he said quietly. "I'll be right back." He carried Rainey away. Manuel never came back that night. Instead, Shiloh got a call from the Aerospace Agency. "Professor Schaffer, are you sure you want to join the space elevator project? It's classified. Once you're in, you'll be based there for decades. No outside contact. Not even with your husband." "I'm sure," Shiloh said calmly. "I already filed for divorce. In a week, once the waiting period is over, I'll get the signed decree. No more ties. A project cut off from the world is exactly what I need." The person on the line sounded stunned. "Professor Schaffer, are you serious?"